Okay. Well, okay, Alex. Let me ask you my first question. So that is, at what age do children actually begin school in your country? So at what age do children begin school in your country?
I think children in my country was normally starting school at 7. Or
7. Yeah.
yeah, 7 is the standard age if you want to go into like first grade. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about preschool? No?
They have like kindergarten,
Uh,
and I mean, I think there's some place that 2 years old could be, given to kindergarten, but yeah, probably three
yeah,
to 5 years old. Yeah.
of course, of course. So you need to mention, because this is of course speaking part one, okay, that you need to mention. So it's like, for example, you can say that in my country, formal education. So what is formal? It's something that you have to, official. So formal education starts at, for example, 7. But so of course, it depends on your country, but most of maybe children go to kindergarten when, for example, they are around 3. Of course, it's not compulsory, that obligatory. So it's not something that you have to. So compulsory means like obligatory, like you need to do it, you have to. So it's not compulsory. But of course, normally they go. Well, so it's not a rule. So you can say again, formal education starts at 7 years of age, at 7 years of age in my country, but most children go to kindergarten when they are around 3. So this is not compulsory, but of course it really helps to, develop something like develop, I don't know, their communication skills like this, for example, this way. Okay? Well, could you say again?
But for formal education, children in my country usually start school at the age of 7, and they probably go to kindergarten at 3, but it's not
Yeah.
uh compulsory things.
Compulsory. Very good. But just the only point that I need to mention here, of course, I'm not sure about your country because it's something, but preschool and kindergarten. So because we have these 3 words, but there is a difference. So let me say something about preschool and kindergarten. What is the difference? Normally for the age between 2 to 5 year, children go to preschool, and 4 to 6 they go to kindergarten. So we can say that, of course, as I told you, it's something related to your country. So 2 to 5, okay, and 4 to 6 years old. So it's like, if now you can decide whether they go to preschool or they go to kindergarten. So you can decide. Okay, well, my second question. What kind of school did you go to as a child?
Um, I went to a Christian preschool. Was like the I don't know how to call them. The way, like, I don't actually have to like pronounce them, but like the SOAR, like actually teaching us, and we started day at the school, and they just teaching us how to read the alphabet, and having lunch is like normal.
So,
It's like,
okay, so
yeah,
so what you mean? So because you mean, okay, so you're primary, secondary, so what you mean?
it's kindergarten school, I think.
So like kindergarten, okay, so you can say, okay, well, but normally, so we can say because it's like school, like for example, primary, secondary, and high school. So we have, okay, if you went to, I don't know, another specific one, like for example, I don't know, grammar school you can mention. If no, just if public, private, so you can say what kind of school. For example, I can say that I went, for example, different schools. Like for example, if you change, this one is really important, if you change your primary schools, or no, just one school, and then you move to, for example, secondary, and after that you move to high school. So that is, or if you experience different courses, schools, you can mention. Okay, so again, please.
Um, so I start school in a public school in District 10 in my country.
Uh,
And then I was studied there for 2 years, and then I changed into a public school in a different district because I'm moving home. So yeah.
of course. So, and we have, for example, if your school, so of course they are, so you know that normally students, okay, study together, like for example, male and female students are together to study. So you can say, why not? So that is normally we say co-ed or co-educational. So that is co-educational means both male and female, girls and boys study together. So for example, you can say that actually I went to, for example, my primary school and of course co-educational. So co-educational, like co-educational, genders, male and female, they study together. So it's like mixed, okay? And if you study in public or private school, again, private or public, you can mention. Okay, so tell me, of course, you study in co-educational school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so why not? You can. But here, uh, for this type of questions, like for example, what kind of school? Of course, there is no like complicated word that you want to use. Some normal words. But here, grammar range is important. For example, you can say that if I were you, just like, something that you can, for example, when we moved, actually, at the time that I was growing up, so, I experienced actually new schools, like, or different schools. I remember that, I started in three, for example, or two primary schools. So I changed. And of course, I remember that, a grammar school was included. Of course, my schools were co-educational schools and a kind of private ones. So this way, past continuous, past simple, so it's better to use more than one tense. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Alex, are you a good student at school?
Well, I got excellent student awards from
Oh,
from the first grade into the latest grade is 11.
oh,
Um, and I don't know, just a little bit introvert at school, but I still doing all the laws and doing school stuff, kind
wow.
of. So yeah,
Perfect. So you normally pass your score, like, pass your exams with really high scores, right?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, very good. So it's like you can say that. So let me teach you an idiom. So if you pass, for example, with flying colors, so I pass my exam with flying colors. So to pass with flying colors means to pass with really high score. So you normally, I think, and I think that because you're perfect and you can pass at the highest level. So if you want to mention the highest level, now you can say that to pass with, of course, is actually optional here, so you can use or not. Distinction. That is to pass at the highest level. So, okay, where is my N? It's here. It's really difficult to type without my lenses, so it's really difficult. So,
Oh, yeah.
of course, okay. Well, so you normally pass with distinction, like, the highest level. That's just perfect. Okay, well, and my next question. Tell me, do you enjoy your time at school?
Well, to be honest, I didn't like, you know, school work assignments, but I really hope that I will having a great time at school with my friends when we are having like a different future path. So this could be like our limit time together. So I really like enjoy the time in school, but I
Ah,
still do schoolwork too. Yeah, I'm not leaving it behind. So yeah.
yeah, perfect. Very good. Perfect. And tell me, what period was your best? So it was like, for example, your primary school, I don't know, kindergarten, or for example, secondary. So which one was the best period of learning for you?
I think it's that my high school period when I made new friends and the school changing the system, and I have like more opportunity to meet like different friends from different class. So I mean my cycle friends was like improved, and I mean everything's just feeling better than secondary school.
Yeah, of course, very good. Well, let's talk about teachers. So tell me, uh, what is a good teacher, you think, really?
Well, I think a good teacher is like someone who can making the class like the best atmosphere they can, and like they're not too strict but they're not too easy. I mean, like they know how to control the class and having the greatest time when they talking, and like all the student was listening. So like I think it's just like the way how they trying to controlling the class, like it's not too boring but it's not too like strictly. Yeah.
Of course, of course. Well, so as you said, that was really good, of course. So you said that maybe not really strict. So we can say that tough but fair. So this one is important, not really tough, or for example, strict, not really, too much easygoing. So we can say tough but fair. So this one is good. Of course, being strict, so you don't agree. Well, so easygoing, so can be easygoing. And let me give you some adjectives then or words, and then you tell me. So of course, knowledgeable. So, a good teacher should be well read. So well read, that is someone who reads a lot. And of course, knowledgeable, and having enough knowledge. Okay, so we can say that, yeah, of course, I do agree with you, like encouraging. So, encouraging, well, that is really important. And so, have you ever had, I don't know, teachers who talk too much, but without a goal? Yeah, like, for example, they talk on different topics, but they're not relevant, like, just, I don't know, without any aims. So have you ever had?
Yes, and she probably had one teacher at school, and I was really have a close connect with her.
Yeah,
She teaches chemistry, and I mean, every class that I studied with her, she had like massive topics, and she just talk randomly, and like everything's just like pop up. And yeah,
yeah,
she even tell like gossip with me, like everything about all the teachers or something. I mean, she was really funny, to be honest.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
it's good. So it's good, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, of course. Well, so maybe, so a teacher, maybe you like something like rambling, talking too much without a goal. Like, something like, I don't know, something happens, then you discuss it without any aim. So it's not bad. Why? So rambling can be, that is talking too much without a goal. Well, okay, so and we also have some negative adjectives, like for example, if a teacher is unfair or biased, so that is really important. So they're negative, unfair, or for example, and it's better so that you make okay, you don't make mistake, and biased. So for example, that some teachers just, I don't know, they're into someone in the class, and no matter, so whatever happens, like, okay, this is the best students in the class. So it's like being biased is not good as a teacher. So it's not really okay. They have like favorite students. So do you have the same teachers, like, they only have one favorite or two favorites in the class, or like, oh, and just class is, we can say, I don't know, turning around these people. So what do you have, these kind of teachers?
Yeah, I see a lot of them. Like,
Yeah,
like we changing the system. So like probably from one of the student in the class could be was the teacher homeroom students. So like
yeah,
they was just like talking around, like
yeah, of
like a
course.
little bit talking like when everybody's like studying. I mean, just
Yeah,
calling out the student like most of the time. So yeah.
and it makes other students feel, I think, like, I don't know, like annoyed. I think it's not really good to do this. So we say that some teachers are guilty of favoritism. So, like, guilty of Favoritism. Of course. Well, okay. Let's keep going. The next question, part one. Tell me, so you said that you, of course, you're a really good student, so at school, that's really good. And well, do you have any students in your class that, I don't know, make some troubles, like cause troubles in classroom? So do you have?
Yeah, and this actually my best friend. He's a guy, and like last year, I don't know why, but like he probably get to the student like I don't know supervisor once a week. You know, she's giving like sneak out of class, like play basketball, and
Ah,
he's like making like a lot of trouble last year. I mean,
ah.
it's just probably like new things, you know. Yeah, but it's better than this year.
So of course, so it's like, I think your friend played truant. You know what it means? It's like, for example, when you miss school without permission. So you're playing, you're eating something, and you just, don't go to the class, to school, because you are doing something else without permission. You can say play truant. So let me write play truant means to miss the school without permission. So for some, I don't know, ridiculous reasons, so you miss. So you can say that my friend play truant or normally play truant, like, for example, miss classes. Okay, so, well, and you said, just let me say something before I forget. Like you mentioned schoolwork. Of course, it's really good. You can use schoolwork, but you can also say coursework. This is another actually synonym for can be used for IELTS, so it's really good. Coursework. So for example, I work hard on my coursework. So Alex, do you get on well with your classmate, with
Um, um, I don't know. Like I didn't talk much with my classmate, but I did talk with other like class, like out of the class. They were like different classes. So
yeah,
yeah, but I mean, we're still keeping like, um, normal conversations, like some small talk, but
yeah,
it's not really that close that with my other friends. Yeah.
yeah, of course. Well, and so you don't like socializing, you mean? So just because I want to give you an alternative. So because of this, I ask you. So you like or you're not? I don't know. It's not your thing. You're not a fan of socializing or like this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Just like talking with my, close close
Ah,
friends only. So yeah.
so you can say you are not really social butterfly. So you can use it for IELTS when someone who likes socializing, just with everyone, is social butterfly. But someone who is not, you can say, I'm not really a social butterfly. So, social butterfly, person who likes socializing. If you are, you can say, I'm a social butterfly. For example, like a bit of social butterfly. So like this, but if you're not, of course, you can say, I'm not. Well, and another one, so people person, another word that you can use. People person, someone who likes talking and being with people. So like, for example, if you are a people person, you like being with friends and you like talking to people, so you can be or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and tell me about your extra. Actually, we have some extra activities. So, do you do any extracurricular activities?
Yes, I took math extracurricular after class, and that probably my only subject that I having extra class after school.
Yeah. Okay, let me write. Okay, well, so you can say, of course, you do. So you have maybe many opportunities to do extracurricular activities. So of course, it's, I don't know, it can be like uh, being a music band at school, or for example, I don't know, starting something, or I don't know, like sport teams or something like this. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
do you have any question related to part one? I think, I gave you some alternatives. So, but of course, I think whether we have more or not, but I think I gave you what you just let me give you some idioms before we get started with part two. So, well, okay. So about idioms, first of all, let me ask you about one question, and after that we can keep going with part two. Tell me about the impact of technology on education. Do you have any idea? Maybe like good or positive impact?
Well, I think there's both sides of the impact of technology into school when it's helping the student to joining the internet more easily and searching for information. But there's still some negative things when AI was like one of the biggest technology that now people was you know trying to improve it more, and everything basically based on AI, and it's not really show the student works, and it's just like typing on technology and make them do for you. So yeah.
Yeah, of course. Maybe it's like, sometimes it discourages, students from doing because, of course, it makes everything easy. So it's like, I don't know, we can say. So let me give you some phrases that you can use to talk about maybe positive and negative impact. So the first one that is really important, I think, to have more access to resources, like easily, wherever, whenever you are. So it's like, you can easily actually have access to information and resources. So, first of all, we have more access to resources, okay, and of course, information. So, this is the first one. And the second one that can be considered as good, of course, point, technology can create some shortcuts. Do you know the meaning of shortcut?
Yeah.
Of course, short way we means, but here, so technology can create shortcuts. What is that? Actually, like way to do things quickly. So again, another good point. And like actually technology has led to personalized learning. So it's something, and of course, it motivates young people in particular. And like, I think it can be considered as a positive point. So you can learn more quickly, but at the same time, sometimes it can be a bit discouraging, Special, for example, for older people. They're not able to use technology. Maybe it's a bit discouraging for them. So we can say that for negative aspect, as you said, it can put older people Okay, off. And what is the meaning of put, okay, someone off something? So to put someone off something, as I told you, means to discourage. To discourage someone from doing it. So sometimes it's not. Maybe, for example, in some countries, they can't afford, maybe they don't have access. So of course it can be a bit discouraging because students can't. Well, and I think, yeah, it can be a negative aspect, okay? And another one, maybe it's a bit difficult. I think there's pressure to keep up with the latest changes because especially for example, maybe for teachers. So we can say that all the time, we can say there's pressure to keep up, to continue, to be actually to update and to keep up with the latest changes. So all the time we have update, and it's really, I think that, it's really difficult because it's like really fast paced, and it's really, I think, difficult to be updated all the time. So maybe it can be another negative aspect. Well, now, any questions related to this part?
No.
Okay, well, and now let's keep going with part two. Let me write your cue card on the board. You can think about it, and then you make your answer and talk on it. So, part two. Describe a subject you enjoyed studying at school. You should say oh, when the word started. Okay.
I need to go here for a minute, so I'll be back for a minute.
Of course, yes, of course. Okay.
Sorry, just taking something from my mom. So yeah.
It's okay. Of course. Okay. Well, now, okay, I just typed the question on the board so you can think about it and then start talking when you're ready.
So I'm actually a person that really into sport. So PE probably my most likely subject that I enjoy at school. And I started from grade 10 to now, and the class just level up, and I'm studying it in my uh, schoolyard where there are, court and every equipment that we need to play. And in every lesson, there's the teacher, and we have warm up, and he started to teach us how to play better, all the skills, and then he will divided the class into small groups, and we could compete with each other. I think it's already different from other class and other subject because it's like an outdoor subject, and we can play like sports, but not like studying the knowledge from different subject like biology. But I really enjoy it because I just have 2 lesson a week, so it's probably the only time that I could play sport. Also working out and enjoy at school, and that was probably the most like less stressful time at school when I just enjoying the class and playing with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. But first point that you need to pay attention is that so you talked totally, but it was not something in detail. What I mean, so I have some, as you can see, some questions. So when and where. Well, lesson. Yeah, the first one is okay. Just okay. What lessons were like? So you didn't explain, or for example, what made it different? What made it? Just you said that okay. I like like outdoor activity, or what does your teacher do? So they actually divide you into 2 groups and you can play. Okay, so it was good, but it was not a complete answer. So first of all, that is really important that your answer includes all these questions. So all these questions should be included in your answer one by one. Okay, so if I were you, I would say it first appeared on the curriculum as a specific subject when in primary school, in secondary school. So first of all, so you need to, because when and where. So in high school, so primary school, secondary, so you need to mention. So it first appeared on the curriculum as specific subject in, okay, you can say, this is the first one. And the next one, so for example, when you want to talk about something, I say, I don't know, English, literature, or for example, history, geography, so all that. So first of all, I say that how to answer this question. The only tense that you use, another problem with this answer, another problem with actually grammar range. So you only use, just, one tense. So you tend to use, but of course, okay, so the different ways to answer the question. But for example, you can say, if you want to use another tense, if you want to add, actually there are maybe different subjects that I really enjoy. or I really enjoyed. It depends. So what time, what tense you use. But if I had to choose, I guess actually it would be second conditional. So if I had to choose, maybe you're sure about your answer. You say, okay, this is but I want you to add more grammar and grammatical structure. It's really important. If I had to choose, okay, or if I have, so first conditional, second conditional, so why not? For example, it would be, I don't know, P, like this, okay? And the second question, that is what lessons were like. Okay, so of course you need to mention, yeah, you briefly talk about it, for example, how to do it, so it was good, okay. And the next one, you didn't, okay, what made it different? Really, what made it? Just because you like outdoor activities? So you didn't answer this. So you need to mention why, what made it different from all the subjects, okay? So for example, I don't know, it's like, I like being active. So I think, for example, during this class, you are more active, energetic, so, or like, for example, practical, different. So like you are dynamic, not just, for example, other classes can be a bit so static, so with no change. But I think, this class is full of energy. So you feel like energetic, active. So this way you can talk about it. And after that, another one, explain why you enjoyed. So why? So, okay, it's like you can mention teamwork. You like being with your friends. You like, for example, doing some group activities. So why not? You may like a teacher. So why not? It's a trainer, teacher. So you can talk. Okay, so why? And this way you can make your answer. I want you to do something for this one because you need to think about it again, okay? But I want you to think about it and write later. It's like this, for example, your assignment for home. So I want you to think about it and write your answer and send it to me. Then I will correct it for you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so because as I told you, for general speaking, that was really good answer. But for IELTS, that all the details are considered. Yeah, so you need to mention one by one, and so you can't omit one part. Okay. Well, and now let's keep going with part 3. As you know, it's a bit different from part 1, so you know that it's not specifically about you. So it's like some general questions, so you can have maybe a brief introduction, and after that you give your answer. Well, number 1, what impact do universities have on the places where they're located? So for example, cities, towns with universities. What impact do universities have on the places where they are located?
I think it depends. Where like does university already being located at popular cities where they attract tourists and everything, but if the country was like based located in like countryside, I mean, we were just like um, students coming up to school, you know, having a big different experiment when it's not like sometimes there's a different experience when it's not located at somewhere that popular and everything was being missed out, and it's being like probably when there's uni and more company with having a place at you know at that location, and
Yeah,
maybe things could build up, but comparing to the university that placed in more popular cities, um, the the hospitality is always being like missed out a lot.
yeah, of course. Very good. So this one was really good. Just you mentioned two things. So first of all, it was about tourism, but let's change it a bit because, of course you're right, but actually it's a bit different from, the definition of tourism that we use when, for example, I don't know, go sightseeing or, for example, getting some having some attraction. So it's not considered, it can be considered as like attraction, but it's really good one you mentioned. And the second one, so like it provides maybe jobs, so offers jobs at different levels, of course. So first of all, let's talk about the thing that you mentioned. So universities or educational institutions. So why not? You can use this. Okay, for example, like universities. Actually, they bring lots of investment. What is that? From around the world. From around the world. This is like, what you say. What? From foreign students. This is the first one. And of course, it's something like, for example, it's really important, especially for research projects. So we can say that students from all around the world tend to, for example, travel and tend to move to, for example, cities in order to study, especially in unique universities. Okay, so international universities. So that's really important. So it can have a really great and a massive effect to the local economy. So we can say that actually it can be a massive, boost, progress, improvement to the local economy. So this is the first one. Okay. So being, for example, of course, when it means presence of, for example, I don't know, a lot of students, thousands of students, a lot of students. Okay, I don't know, during the term, of course, it's really affect the economy. So they buy something and they leave. Okay, so they need to spend. Well, so this is about the first one. And as you said, another thing that is about, jobs. So we can say that the first and the most important, so it's actually can have a really significant positive impact on the area because, for example, offering jobs. Not only, high level jobs, so it can be from the lowest, all levels. Okay, it's all levels. So like from, I don't know, it can be the lowest level to the highest, for example, top academics. So masters, teachers, okay, so like this. So we can say another actually maybe positive. And as you said, that's like, for example, depends on the location. So like, for example, sometimes students need to stay actually in campus. So of course, like facilities, and it helps to improve maybe facilities, the number of facilities that can be used by local people because they need. When students actually need to use, of course, local people can get some benefits, okay, from actually these facilities. So this way you can answer. Well, and the next one and the last question can be, what is it more important for academics to do, research or teaching? Which one is more important?
Well, I think it depends, but in comparison, I think teaching is more important. when research they're based on like self-study, like spending time like researching the informations, but comparing to teaching when the knowledge could be, you know, giving out and was the way more specific and correctly than being research. It's probably having different sources, so the information could come out, but it's not like the most accurate. From learning and research, there's different types of knowledge that you could have. Hearing. I mean, it's like a lot better to achieve the knowledge that coming out from learning when it's already like being at an accurate level better than self-research.
Yeah, of course. Well, so we can say that actually there are two maybe opinions that, for lots of people, for most people, universities are places of learning. So you go to get your degree, right? And I don't know, you go to prepare for your future career. So it's like this, okay? So teaching maybe must have a high priority, but at the same time, yeah, we know that, yeah, especially when it comes to, for example, medicine or, for example, medical fields, it's really how much and how important is research. So it's about facilities, it's about, for example, I don't know, something like research to discover some new. So it's really important. And when it happens and where it happens, of course, in universities. So that's really important. So of course, teaching is really important because, we actually teachers inspire their students. So of course, instruct means teach, that you can use, and teacher can be instructor. Instruct and inspire the students. So teaching it plays a really important role. But we can say that we know that research at the same time in society, so research can play and can carry a really important role. So it's like essential for actually jobs and for example, like science, like for example, discoveries. So me can say that they improve the quality of life. So we need them. So this way you can make your answer. Okay, we have 2 or 3 more questions related to this part. Do you have any questions, Alex, related to this one? And I don't know, this part 2, part 3.
No.
Okay, so I will send you maybe we have some words that are left. I need to actually give you more because, I wanted to discuss them when asking you the next question, but there is no time to do this. So I will send you some other alternatives with meanings, and I try to send you the use of them. So an example, okay? And
Yeah.
I will also send you 2 or 3 questions, part 3. Okay, and you know that you need to think about part 2, and I want you to think about them and make your answers. If you have time, I really appreciate it if you write and send them to me. If no, and you're really busy, so like snowed under at school, you can get ready to talk at the next session. So it's your choice, but I would prefer you to send me so that I can check them before actually the next session. But of course, it's your choice. And of course, when practicing, if you have any question, you can ask me, okay?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Of course, thank you so
Yeah.
much. And have a great weekend. Just enjoy your time.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Bye.